Hey, thank you for not believing in me. Yes, Lord. Anybody listening right now, don't never let nobody opinion of you determine yourself.
What's up, what's up, what's up, everybody? It's your dude, Lorenzo, coming to you with another Let That Marinate podcast episode. Man, feels good to be back. And I know, I said I was going to be a little bit more persistent, with doing a podcast, but hey, man, life be lifing. Life has been lifing. So I have been trying my best to just navigate through it the best way that I can. And it's been tough at times, Your boy got a little burnt out, had to take a break, you know. But hey, we back at it, man. We back at it. So first of all, let me just salute to all the fathers, happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. Also, I celebrated a birthday, June 7th. Celebrated a birthday, turned the big 46. God is great. You know what I mean? I'm thankful to make it this far. So I'm just so, just so excited about, the next chapter that's coming. But, and yeah, again, happy Father's Day. Happy belated Father's Day to all the fathers, man. I hope you celebrated it in the way that you wanted to. I know that, Father's Day is probably one of the least celebrated, holidays. I don't know why, but we really need to change that. Like real talk. Um, but you know what though? It's Men's Mental Health Month. It is Men's Mental Health Month. The month of June is Men's Mental Health Month, and that's kind of what I want to talk about. You know what I'm saying? Because, like I said, I was kind of burnt out, kind of exhausted from a lot of things, and I needed to take me a break, a mental break. Um, and then it's so important. Um, and listen, I get it. Everybody has, their moments where they're struggling mentally. I get it, but I kind of want to just, stick with the fellas, right? I want to stick with the fellas, and here's why. Because of course, this stigma that's surrounding men and mental health and expressing our feelings and everything, like there is this stigma placed upon us, that says we're not allowed to express feelings. We're not allowed to show any kind of emotions, right? And also, I want to bring this part up though. A lot of us we were taught how not to show emotions and how not to express our feelings. We were taught that. We were taught at a very early age. As a matter of fact, I want you to think about something. There's this saying where um, two kids are at a playground, right? A little girl and a little boy is at a playground. Um, they're both playing, both having a good time. They're both running around. The little girl falls, right? The little girl falls, hurts herself, scrapes her knee. Everybody runs to the little girl. They're embracing her. They're showing her love and showing her support and doing everything that they can to make sure she's okay and make sure that she's all right. Right? The little boy falls. Everybody says, "Get up. You're okay. Get up. Toughen up. You'll be all right. Oh, you got a scrape on your knee? Okay, fine. You'll be all right though." That is how it is in today's society when it comes to men and their mental health, men and their emotions. Right? We're taught to be tough. We're taught not to show emotions. We're taught not to express feelings. We're taught to be tough. Right? But not only are we taught that when it comes to our upbringing, but we're also taught that even in relationships, right? Because there are several relationships that has happened in this world where the woman has told the man to toughen up, man up. You're too emotional, right? So anytime a man is taught how to not show emotions. You're teaching him how to be emotionless. You're teaching him how to be silent. You're teaching him how to internalize everything that he's going through and everything that he's dealing with. Yet you keep pushing him to go and talk to someone. You keep pushing him to go and seek professional help. That's what throws me. Like anytime, even though men are taught how to be silent and internalize whatever it is that they're going through, the moment that they explode, the moment that we just let loose and explode on everybody, all of a sudden we need help. All of a sudden we need to go and talk to a therapist. Even though we already know what happened. We already know what's causing what we already know what's causing us to feel the way that we feel. It's because of what we've experienced and what we've been through. We've had people tell us that men aren't supposed to show emotions. Men aren't supposed to, you know, be emotional. We've been taught that. We've been taught not to show any kind of emotion. Just show how tough you are. We've been told to man up. We've been told to get over it. We've been told to suck it up. Like we've been taught these things. We've been taught to be silent when it comes to our emotions, right? But the moment that all of that stuff that we've internalized, the moment that it causes us to just nut up and just explode on everybody, all of a sudden we need help. And I'm like, how is it possible that we're being we're being taught all these things and we're being taken through all of these traumatic experiences, and the people who are doing these things to us, they know that they're doing these things to us, yet they want us to get help to get better. Okay, and that's fine. You want us to go get help to get better. Okay, cool. But guess what? If once we realize what's caused all of these things to happen, we're not going to want to deal with that again. So if you are the cause of us reacting and feeling the way that we've been feeling for so long, guess what? We're not going to want to deal with you. So my thing is this: be very careful how you treat how you treat a man. Be very careful how you treat him, because the result of him, you know, the way that he responds, the way that he reacts, chances are is because it's something that's caused him to react the way that he did. So be very mindful of how you treat him, you know? And I'm sure and I'm sure that me saying that isn't going to sit too well with a lot of people, but at the same time, it's like I keep hearing about how men refuse to get help. Men refuse to express emotions, and they refuse to, you know, just be open and transparent and vulnerable. Well, guess what? We actually we do. We just don't know if it's safe enough. And I've actually heard women say they're tired of men saying that. I've heard women say they're tired of men saying they don't feel safe. Okay, guess what? By you saying that, that's why we don't feel safe. Because you're not allowing us the space to be safe. There's no room for us to feel safe. You want us to open up, but when we do, you're dismissive, we're unheard, we're invalidated. Therefore, we go silent. We don't want to talk. We don't you listen, and that's the thing. You have to keep in mind, anytime that you make a man feel like he's invalidated, anytime you make him feel like his feelings don't matter, trust me, he's not going to open up ever again. Ever. You want him to you want him to share his feelings. Okay, yeah, that's cool. That sounds good to say that, but when you're not giving him the opportunity to do so, he's not going to do it again. So be very careful, be very mindful of what you're asking of him when it comes to that. Because if you want him to be vulnerable, and my thing is, I'm speaking relationship wise when it comes to the women. I'm sure women want their men to be, I'm sure they want him to be, emotional, because they want him to express how he loves her and how he cares for her and all this. But when a man is really battling some things internally, he's going to need you to provide that safe space for him to open up and express all that. But when you don't give him the room to do so, he's not going to open up, which also is going to lead him to not expressing how he feels about you. You want him to say that he loves you, chances are, being that you are showing him that being emotional is not okay and it's not safe, chances are he's not going to express any kind of emotions. Meaning he's not even going to let you know how much he loves you, how much he cares for you, how much he, appreciates you and wants to be with you, because he's going to feel like it's not safe. So be very careful. Be very mindful of how you treat that. And yes, a lot of us guys, we've experienced all kinds of traumatic experiences when we were young. So a lot of that is still kind of sticking with us, and we're trying our best to get through it. A lot of us we are putting in the work to get better. We really are. We're going to therapy. We're talking. We're opening up, expressing everything that we've been through since childhood. So yes, it's a lot of us out here putting in the work to get better. And I salute every fellow king out there putting in the work to get better. Not just not for anybody else. Not, you're doing it for you. So I salute you for that. And again, to my ladies, I want to say this to my ladies. Learn to recognize the fact that he is putting in the work and he is trying his best to get better. You just have to be mindful of how you are responding to it and how you're treating that. Right? You have to be mindful of how, you're giving, be mindful of the type of energy that you're giving him, basically. Because if you're showing him that it's not safe to be vulnerable and it's not safe, because you have to understand, it really takes a lot for us to bring ourselves to a place of comfort to be vulnerable. And once you allow us to once you allow us to be able to do that, yes, we're going to open up. But once you show us that it was a bad idea, we're not going to do it again. We're not going to do it again, especially if it's happened multiple times. It's not. We're just not going to open up because we don't feel safe. The same way women want to feel safe, men want to feel safe as well. So salute to all of my fellas on Father's Day. Salute to all of my fellow kings for Men's Mental Health Month. I salute you for putting in the work to getting better each and every day. I know it's a challenge because we're constantly going through something each and every day that makes it hard. So I salute you for putting in the work. Keep putting in the work. Keep putting in the work. Not for anybody else, but for you, for your sanity, for your peace, for your happiness. Make sure you're putting in the work for you. Because at the end of the day, that's really all you have is you. You're with yourself 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So you have to make sure that you're doing what's necessary to protect your mental health and protect your peace. You deserve it. Fellas, you deserve to have peace, to have happiness. You deserve it. We go through a whole lot of stuff. So we have to make sure that we're taking care of ourselves in that manner. We have to. We are no good to no one if we're not good to ourselves. So please make sure you are taking care of you. Make sure you're taking care of your mental, your peace. Make sure you are taking care of you. Period. I'm out. Let that marinate.
Hey, thank you for not believing in me. Yes, Lord. Anybody listening right now, don't never let nobody's opinion of you determine yourself.